how's your relationship with other athletes though? Are they friendly with you, or do they look the other way and cross the street whenever they see you walking?
No, they beeline to me and dap me up and say, "You're the realest fucking wife I've ever met. I hope my wife is like you." They love it. I get DMs. My husband gets messages from people all the time like, "Yo, your wife is fucking amazing. I just heard what she said. The stuff she's saying is so true." Because I speak for them. I have athletes that DM me and text me and tell me their experiences and stuff that they have going on, and I talk about it. I just don't bring up their name. Mm. I'm talking about specific, direct people without bringing up their name because they're afraid to lose their job. They might not be the best at their position. They're just hanging on to their job. So their wife can't speak about the things that their husband is going through because he'll get cut and no one will pick him up.
Do they talk to you about their personal health issues?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. What's some of the gruesome things that you hear?
Well, most of the things that I hear about, for example, let's say, and I don't know if you guys know this, but when you're in the NFL, let's say you get injured. You roll your ankle really, really badly to where you can't play. And what they will do is they will get you healthy enough to get out on the practice field and just do some basic movements and stuff. They're like, "How do you feel today? You feeling good? If you're a receiver, want to run some routes real quick? Let's throw you some balls. See how the ankle's feeling, blah, blah, blah." And once they have you on film, like performing football acts, they can cut you and they don't have to give you a medical contract. Because when you're injured, they cannot cut you. They can, but they have to give you a package, like an agreement, like a severance package kind of for injury. And it's a lot of money. But if you're healthy, they can walk away and give you a fucking donut. So they will get you to thinking like you're out there working on, if your shoulder's messed up, they'll get you out there doing some push-ups, lifting some weights where you're trying to get better, and they'll record it. And that's all they have to do legally is have you recorded performing football acts, and they can cut you without paying you anything.
And that's a setup one athlete had gone through.
Yes, multiple. That happens so often. Oh. And it's so messed up because they talk you into thinking that they're trying to prep you and train you to get back out there when really they got your replacement, on a flight that day. And they're going to cut you and here he is coming in.
So you can't really trust even like the medic on
Exactly.
site.
You definitely don't trust the trainers of the team. Hell no. Their job is to get you back on the field, even if you're not even ready. They'll threaten you. Like, "Hey, if you miss another week, they're going to cut you. So you better hurry up and get yourself healthy and get back out there." A lot of players fuck their bodies up. That happened to my husband. He was forced and threatened into playing when he was injured, and he got injured even worse. Mm. And then they're like, "Oh, well, we can't give you your full, what you really deserve next season because your knee is so fucked up that we don't know if you're going to be healthy enough. So here's this. But you played for them when you were injured. You fucking put it all on the line. And then when it comes time for them to show you that same respect, they don't. They just like, your knee's still fucked up. Sorry, can't give you the contract."
That's wild.
Yeah.
Another thing that I saw in that movie, it was a conversation that they had, and you also brought it up. I don't know if you got it from that or you just your knowledge from the sport. They were just saying that the sport is too big. They don't want to admit how violent it is and how trauma it causes to the brain to some athletes, that it could hinder a mother telling her child to start playing. And getting them to...
That's what they're afraid of right now. They're pissed off now at mothers because now we're watching these films. We're having children with these men, and we're realizing football is not what we thought it was. Mm-mm. We love this game. It's the most popular sport in the country. However, it's the worst sport in the country. And so what's happening now is women are not allowing their children to play in Pop Warner, because if you look at that, you see all these kids that are having, these nervous systems injuries, these skull injuries, these spinal cord injuries, limbs, ligaments. These aren't things that children are supposed to be experiencing in sports.
Yeah.
Accidents happen, but these things right here are just getting out of hand. So a lot of women are not letting their children play. And then the husbands are now speaking about, when you play football, it's like you can't say, "I'm not going to let my kid play," and you're out there playing. Mm-hmm. You look ridiculous. Mm-hmm. But a lot of men are not going to let their children play, not only for that aspect, but the contractual aspect of it, because football players are the brokest athletes.
Yeah.
You know, they don't have guaranteed contracts.
Would you let your child play?
No. My son's never going to put on helmet and pads ever in his life as far as I'm concerned. Now, what I did discuss with my husband is if he's in high school and he basically tells me this is what I want to do, I will probably allow it. But before high school, when I'm doing all the financing, everything that you're participating in, all that, you can't get a dime from me for football. But when if he gets into high school and my husband is like okay with it too, because my husband doesn't want him to play either. But if we both agree, then we would in high school. Because my husband didn't really play organized football till he was older, and he's fucking dope at it. So it's not like you have to play when you're a kid. I don't know why people think that. You don't. You don't learn the game for real when you're a kid. All you do is practice on athleticism and you move. And you can do all that in other sports. I think soccer is probably one of the best sports for kids to play growing up. You know, it teaches a lot more than football, and there's less impact and injury and all those things, and you know, it's just better.
Yeah.
So no, my son's not going to play football, and he doesn't even want to either.
Yeah.
Because he hears the things that I say.
At a young age, at 5?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well,
he knows everything. He knows. He watches CNN.
Oh.
At 5. He knows about everything. Black Lives Matter. He wants a Black Lives Matter T-shirt right now.
Oh. So, I would love your opinion on this. Well, college football.
Oh.
They don't get paid.
Oh.
And they're injuring themselves, and some of them think that, hey, I have a future in the NFL, and then something could happen their first year and they don't have anything.
Let me tell you about college sports. Football and basketball are the only two sports that you have to go to college before you're a pro. Why is that? I think it's because the population is black men. So when you have control of the black athlete from a very young age, meaning college, you get to profit from them billions. Then you go professional and you get to profit from them billions. To me, if you want to play professional tennis, you can go right out of high school. Baseball, right out of high school. Soccer, you can go in high school. Gymnastics, in high school. All these sports, you can go directly there. Why do they say basketball players have to go to college and football players have to go to college? The excuses I hear are, well, they just don't know the game yet. Well, they don't know how to handle that much money. So when have you ever in your fucking life seen someone teach a potential professional athlete how to handle millions of dollars in college? Never. If a person is physically capable of playing the sport out of high school, I feel they should be able to go. If you want to start a band out of high school, is anyone going to say, you know what? You need to go to college and learn how to start a business of being in a band before you go, because we don't want you to mess up your money if you're really good at being in a band or whatever instrument. No, it's trial and error. So if someone's good at something and they want to risk it and go to the draft and get drafted and make millions and lose millions, that's their fucking life. That's everyone does that. You know how many businesses that fall through? People that have great business ideas and plans, and their company blows up and then they fuck it all up because they have a coke addiction, because they beat their wife, because they do anything. Why do you think it's your job to tell an athlete, a person that wants to be a professional athlete, when they can go and pursue this dream? You know? So they got these kids in college. I was in college eating ramen noodles, barely making it. My niece went to Earlham College. Shout out to Jaleesa. I would visit her once a year and she would have no food. She would be struggling. You can't work when you're a college athlete. You pretty much play year round. You can't get a job. They don't give you any money. Your scholarship covers books and tuition, maybe housing. You're starving, but they're making billions. You got your jersey on. If you want to take your jersey and sell it to somebody, you can get in trouble for that. And it has your name on it and your sweat. It's crazy to me. It's crazy that people think that they should be able to profit billions of dollars, TV deals, you know, Gatorade, Nike, all this stuff, and these players get nothing. And like, oh, well, they get a free education. No, they don't. They do not. You know what's free? Nothing. Because they have to work. And the minute you get injured, the minute you get fucked up, they're going to release you and go pick up somebody else. So no, you didn't get a free education. And then a lot of the players aren't even very smart, and they don't care to be smart. They want to get to the pros. So they have you taking classes that just keep you eligible. You're not on the right track for a degree. You can be in college for 4 years and not be anywhere near your degree. And a lot of that happens. So you're not getting a free education. You're not getting anything for free. You're actually a freaking slave, if you know, for lack of words, but that's what you are when you're a college athlete. And then it's like, if you look at the numbers, not a lot of college athletes make it as pros at all. So then what? What happens to that guy who was so dope but just never made it, doesn't have a degree? What is the school doing? Are they going to let them come back and finish their degree for free? Fuck no.
Yeah.
So pay them. If you're going to make billions off of them, pay them. I, for one, think that college sports shouldn't be on TV. I think that if you want to watch college sports, you should be there. You should be there. That's it. That's how you kill it all. Not on TV. Why is it on TV? Why is college sports on TV?
Money.
Money. So if you're not going to pay them, then take it off TV. Take it off. You got to be in the building. You got to get a ticket to the game to witness how great this person is or that person is, the matchups. Or you got to read the newspaper the next day and hear about what happened if you're not going to pay them. That's how I feel.
How much do you think they deserve?
I think they deserve equivalent to whatever they're bringing in. So if you go to a smaller school and you don't bring in enough revenues and all that, then it should be balanced out. If you go to Kentucky, if you go to Duke, if you go to North Carolina, you should be getting paid. You should be getting paid a lot, to the point where you don't even care if you get a college degree, because you're going to take care of your family after that. Mm-hmm. Not like this, oh, we're going to they give them like $50 per diem, like for food each day. They're trying to do that now. And it's like, seriously, that's really like a slap in the face. Like, I get it. You don't want them to starve anymore. You've realized that you're starving them. But come on. You're making so much money. You're making so much fucking money. It's ridiculous.
I think Uncle Luke talked about that. He said he was giving, I forgot what documentary I was watching, but he talked about giving athletes at the time when he was popping in Miami, giving them money so they wouldn't go rob people.
Yes. I'm telling you, it's so crazy, because that's what happens. They're starving. They're hungry. What is the word I'm looking for? Alumni. Mm-hmm. The alumni come and slide in $100 bills here and there, and that's illegal. What do you want people to do? How many times can your coach come and see you starving and not at some point go and say, hey, guys, we got to do something? But they don't care either. Nobody cares. They're all caring about their money, and then they get mad when everybody else is talking about money. What's education? No, who cares? You know, it's very difficult to get a job with a degree these days. It's very difficult.
You know what I thought was nuts? When Reggie Bush, they took back his Heisman Trophy?
Because his mom got a house or some shit. Like, that was the reason that he was running that fast and juking the shit out of people. Like, oh, because he had a roof over his head, that made him better? That made him faster?
That was crazy to me.
It's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous that they took his Heisman because of that. Because that had nothing to do with his athletic ability. Take his Heisman because he did steroids. How about that? It's the only reason you should be taking anything is someone cheated in performance. Period. But they'll find any way to take something from you if they can. Because they're greedy.
Yeah, that was mind-blowing, because he had just won a Super Bowl. And from that high, they're just like years after he was done school.
Messed up the whole school. Like, if they really think Reggie Bush, everyone's doing this, okay? Everyone. I went to a Division II school. Everyone's getting something. Mm-hmm. It's because they're starving and they're hungry. Now, some schools go way above and beyond. Some players take advantage of it and say, hey, I need this kind of car from my mom. I need this. But it's happening because you're getting something from them. Mm-hmm. So big, so much bigger than what you're giving them back that no one cares.
Yeah, you said, do you believe the NCAA and the NFL have like some
Oh.
backdoor deals?
Oh, yeah.
So how unfair is that?
It's very unfair. You know why? Because this is what they do. This is why my husband doesn't get any shine. He went to Shippensburg University, Division II school in like an Amish community in west side of Pennsylvania. And when you come into the NFL, what they want to say is you're alumni. What school did you go to? Because what they do is like that's the Phillies hat, but if it were another sports team, like if you went to Auburn and you go play for the Atlanta Falcons, what happens is the Falcons say, hey, Auburn fans, Auburn alumni, we got one of your guys. Come buy our tickets. Come buy our jerseys. Come support our team. No one from Shippensburg, they're not trying to reach those people. There's not very many of them. You know what I mean? They don't have a handshake with them. But with the other large universities, they basically say, hey, we're going to draft your guy. We're going to say your guy is better than all these other guys. He's going to get drafted higher. He's going to come to our team and we'll prop up your university. And then the universities can go to the high school and say, look how many people we had drafted. Look how many people we have in the NFL. You should come to our university because we're the best. That's what they do. It's just a cycle. I'm not mad at it. It's great business, but don't get mad at me for telling what it really is. And so if you go to a major university, they're going to say you're better than everybody else, even if you're not. And that's because they have to make sure that university gets their people coming in from high school to see that they're popping, and they get people to the NFL. And it's just a cycle. It's just a cycle.
What do you think about the whole situation?
Man, my point of view, man, I really feel like they tried to paint a bad picture on my brother and try to make him look like he was a hater. It was some envy, jealousy type shit, you know what I'm saying? And actuality, you know what I'm saying? Bro been having this shit, man. He been in the condo.
I got my hat on and I had my Coke bottles up under my hat. And I'm sitting at the dinner table like an asshole with the hat on, knowing she gonna tell me to take it off. And I'm just sitting there just gulping down, you know, in my zone. She said, take that goddamn hat off at the dinner table. I'm like, come on, Mom. Coke everywhere.